Hey everyone, welcome to my video or podcast, depending what medium you are watching on. And tonight I'm going to be talking to you about biohacking, because it's all over social media and everything like that. And for those of you who don't know what it means, it basically means sort of DIY biology, really changing your chemistry and physiology through science and self-experimentation to increase your energy and vitality. So we're going to have a bit of a chat about that. So I am Dr. Helen. I'm an A&E doctor and an advocate for integrative wellness, as well as an animal aromatherapy specialist. And I love to use essential oils to support the health and well-being of myself and my pets, and helping educate people to do the same for their family, whether that's human or animal. So if you like what you're listening to, please hit the subscribe or follow button so I can carry on creating more content. And let me know in the comments what you want to know about. Would you like to get essential oils into your life? Why not book in for a free chat with me, or come to one of my classes to find out how oils can support you? Or maybe you've got them, but you don't know how to use them best for either your health or that of your pets. So that's okay too, because I do general overviews or a full consultation depending on your needs. So drop me a message and then we can chat about what you need. So biohacking. So there's loads of stuff out there, and this is actually sort of the first in, I think, sort of two or three, probably three sort of videos. And so I thought we'd start at the bottom of basically the wellness pyramid. After all, the foundation of everything is good nutrition, and you are what you eat, and you are when you eat as well. Obviously, what we want to do is want to live longer, have more energy, and be happier. And we want our health span to match our lifespan. And what that means is that, you know, up until the point we die, we're still having a really healthy life, because, you know, health and span and lifespan are not, unfortunately, the same. And people are living a lot longer, but not necessarily living longer with good health. But if you actually Google the blue zones, because it's really interesting, because there's certain spots around the world where people actually, you know, they've got the highest number of centenarians, and it's, you know, it's all to do with how they're living their lives, the food, the companionship, whether they're spiritual. Very interesting stuff. Anyway, so let's start with nutrition. So it's not meant to be complicated. It's meant to just have sort of small little snippets where you do small consistent practices that change your body in the long run. And if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. And also, you know, do consult your doctor if you're going through any changes. You know, if you've got medication, don't just stop it. Always have a chat with your doctor and try and find someone who will support you. And the clearest way I can explain it is, you know, I have a vet who is absolutely fabulous. I absolutely love my vet. He's brilliant. He doesn't necessarily, he's not really necessarily into essential oils and all the stuff I know, but I can dialogue with him about it, and he's happy for me to do it, and he gives advice when I need it, and he's really supportive. And that's what you need. So you don't necessarily need someone who's, you know, really into, you know, holistic medicine or complementary medicine, as long as they're open to discussions and will, you know, say, okay, let's dialogue about this. And I think that's really important. So first of all, where does your energy all come from? So it comes from all your cells, all your mitochondria, that are little powerhouses in your cells. And the one thing that we really need to do to support our bodies is to reduce temporary inflammation. And now I'm going to do another blog on inflammation, because we have two types. We have acute and we have chronic. But basically, how we reduce inflammation is by providing our body with a ton of sort of fabulous antioxidants that we get from all lovely good foods and good supplementation. And then we move right in the day, we get proper sleep, and we have a really good mindset. So we're reducing stress and anxiety. And, you know, our bodies were made to function well. Excuse me, I've got a tickle. But we don't always take care of ourselves properly. So a couple of things we're just going to talk about. Firstly, intermittent fasting. So this is actually sort of backed by a lot of science that it's actually really beneficial for your body. But you need to make sure that it's right for you. And I'll explain a bit about how I found it. So intermittent fasting is when someone goes between 12 to 16 hours without food. Now that actually might sound hard, but overnight, so say you stop eating at 8 o'clock and then you don't eat your breakfast again till 8 a.m. So you're fasting, that's 12 hours. So naturally you're not consuming during that thing, and then you break your fast, so breakfast, remember that, and you want to be consuming a healthy breakfast. So one of my favorites is overnight oats. I've spoken about that recipe a lot, but basically half a cup, how I do it, half a cup of oats, a tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of cacao nibs, gotta have that chocolate. And then I'll chop a banana in, and then I'll put like a cup of soya milk in it, and then let it sit in the fridge. And it is absolutely delicious. And then I add another banana and more blueberries in the morning. So if you're fasting as well, then it stops unconscious snacking at night, which is not good, because that can actually sort of stop you having good sleep as well. And because you're not spiking your sugars and you're not getting all that energy when you actually don't want to have loads of energy because you're sleeping. And it also, intermittent fasting is also good because it improves your body's insulin sensitivity as well. So, which we want to do. So we won't, it's, that's really important. While you're fasting, you can have water. So you can have black tea or black coffee and water. And sort of, I like to have citrus oils in my water and things like that. Now, I tried this and I went full out to try it because I thought it was really important to try it, because I've been hearing about lots of positive comments about it. And it didn't work for me when I'm at work. So when I'm working in the emergency department, I work till about 3 a.m. in the morning. And so I will typically eat about 10:30. And sometimes I'll take my emergency Satsuma or something like that. And then sometimes when I get home at 3 o'clock, I might have definitely a hot chocolate, but sometimes I might have something else. And I just found, so if I try to eat earlier and then not have anything to eat, I was just absolutely starving, and I was really lacking in energy, really struggling through the rest of my shift. So even like my cycle at home at like 3 in the morning, I was just feeling absolutely exhausted. So I found that basically I can't do that when I'm at work. So I'll have a smoothie or something to just keep my energy up. When I'm not working, it's absolutely fine, and I can do it no problem at all. So I've had my dinner now, and I probably will have breakfast maybe about 9 o'clock, and I probably won't eat again. I might have that little hot chocolate, but I can, that's no problem when I'm not working. It's just when I'm working, huge problem, couldn't do it. But it is worth trying these things and seeing how it works for you. And I can see all the benefits to it, and I know people where it's really worked really well, but I was just not one of those people. So let's just talk about some changes to your diet as well. Now, if you want to lose weight, there's a load of different diets out there, and I'm not a fan of keto or Atkins or anything, and there's loads of reasons why. I'm not really going to go into it too much, but they're really not healthy long term, and you will lose weight in the short term, but long term, not great. And the best thing to do is change your habits, and I'm always sort of going on about that. And it is finding out different things that work for you. So some of the things that can be really a cause of inflammation are things like wheat, dairy, and sugar. So this is worth reflecting on how you feel. Actually, I've just been baking a gluten-free Victoria sandwich. So it's my first time doing a gluten-free one, so I don't know, hopefully it's, fingers crossed, it's going to be okay. But seeing how you feel after these foods. So I have no problem with gluten, but I find when I eat pasta, I like the gluten-free pasta. It works better for me. I don't feel bloated afterwards or anything like that. I can eat a pizza, but it's got to be a bit careful with that sometimes. Now, obviously I'm vegan, so I don't have dairy. There's a ton of reasons why dairy is not good for you. Have a look at switchforgood.com. They're on Instagram, Switch for Good. I think they're on Facebook. I follow them on Instagram. They're absolutely brilliant. Do check out some of their resources because it's all backed by science, and dairy really makes a massive difference to your health, cutting it out. And sugar, really huge thing. So think about how you can start eliminating things out of your diet. Now, I have got a really sweet tooth, but I don't actually have any extra sugar in anything. I don't have sugar in my cereal or anything. I actually do a lot of sugar-free cakes and things like that, where I'm just using fruit to sweeten them. Not the Victoria sandwich, but don't go eliminating everything at once, but just do small little steps and see how you go. Maybe cut out wheat for a week, or sugar, or just reduce. And what can you swap? There's some really good, like, swap your sugar out for date syrup or something like that. There's some really, really good things, and just see how you feel with every meal. Adding in more vegetables and fruit to your plate, having more of those vegetables instead of reaching for that packet of crisps. have your emergency satsuma, because I always have a satsuma when I'm going out for my dog walks and things like that, and see how you feel with that. Do your joints hurt less? Are you less bloated? Are you experiencing less heartburn? You know, all of those things are affected by what you eat. So if you make these little changes, because inflammation is really the cause of so many problems in our body, and in plant-based foods, they're really high in antioxidants, and antioxidants fight the inflammation. So if you think of, who's old enough to remember Pac-Man, if you think of Pac-Man scooping up those little balls, that's like the little free radicals, and the antioxidants. Someone's just sent me a love heart on their Facebook or something, so clearly you know who Pac-Man, you're old enough to remember Pac-Man, but scooping up all the little free radicals, you know, and that's what antioxidants are doing, and it's the free radicals that contributes to inflammation. And like I said, I'm going to go into this more in another blog, but it's all about tuning in to your body. So just think about what you can do, what you can remove for 1 week to see if you feel better, and slowly eliminating other things. So, you know, I don't have much sugar. I do like a bit of chocolate. I do have that, but I tend to actually have some really natural chocolate, and I've eliminated a lot of stuff, and really massively different. And it's really funny because I was on a TikTok earlier watching and it, you know, just reading some of the comments, and when I started Canicross, I've been doing Canicross for about 12 years now, and I am actually getting faster times, even though I'm 12 years older than I was 12 years ago. So and I feel I don't have the same pain in my joints that I used to have as well. I suffered terribly with joint pain. You know, really, you know, back in my 20s, I was told I'd never run again. I was told that I'd have to do a sedentary job. I couldn't sit at a table and eat a meal without pain. I couldn't go to the cinema without pain. I couldn't walk without pain. And I can't remember the last time I had pain in my knees. So it's you know, it's all good. So loads and loads of different things that really make a difference. So hope that's helpful. If you like what you see, please hit the follow button. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching, and I'm going to come back with some more biohacking tips over the coming weeks. So I hope you will follow and stay tuned. So great to have you here, and I will catch you soon. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. Take care. Bye.